We're live with Dundee against Aberdeen. As you can see, Stephen Craig and Chris Sutton are here.
Darryl.
Evening, how are you? Now, you've told me in advance not to talk about the game first tonight, so what would you like to talk about first?
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Let's talk about the game, because if Aberdeen lose this game tonight, Celtic will be crowned champions, Darryl, and deservedly so, would you say?
Will that happen tonight?
Well, will that happen tonight?
They're 25 points clear.
Well,
deservedly.
Well, I was just asking you, Darryl. No need to be sarcastic. It's a big game for many reasons. That second spot for Aberdeen. Dundee have still hope of getting in the top 6, so they will need a win. A lot at stake tonight, Darryl. Well watchable.
Last time you asked me so many questions, I could actually only field a couple that were sent in, so maybe tonight we'll get a few more in if they're acceptable. What do you think, that there'll be a title party tonight then?
Well, there could well be. You know, there's been a little bit of disharmony this week in Aberdeen. Niall McGinn looks like he's going to leave. Ryan Jack said he wants a little bit more time. Yeah, he will, yeah. I think at the age of 29, you know, he probably knows this is his last contract where he can probably earn quite a lot of money. Yeah. He had a good Euros in Northern Ireland. He's built up good publicity. He's done well in the games. Ryan Jack said he might not sign a new contract. Ash Taylor, that could be
would he be
positive.
A big loss?
I was going to say that could be a positive, maybe if he doesn't sign his contract. But certainly
he's replaceable.
Well, he is certainly replaceable. He will be. Anthony O'Connor's done very well.
Might be watching.
You know, you just wonder, will it affect the Aberdeen performance? 13 wins out of 15 has been a tremendous record. Derek's been done brilliant with me. He really, really has. But could that
think they'll finish second?
Oh, well.
There's a lot of maybes tonight from you already.
There's no doubt that the head-to-heads with Rangers will go down. Yeah. Will be huge.
And Rangers are on fire at the moment, aren't they? Pedro's gone in. Everything is positive. They've won one game and they're going to win the World Cup.
OK, David McCarry, first question. Ask Chris how one man can be so magnificent. That's kind for you, isn't it?
Well, thanks very much. Yeah, explain, please. Explain for me.
Lovely that. A couple of predictions coming in. Chris Sutton, management in Scotland, question mark?
Management for Scotland, not the national team.
In Scotland?
No, Gordon's
as in the
job.
Country, not the national job?
Look, I've said this many times, Darryl. I think you'd miss me too much on BT Sport, and I think the fans would, all the fans all over the country.
They would hate to see you in the dugout every second Saturday at their ground. They would hate to be chasing after, honestly. They wouldn't enjoy themselves. Yeah,
how do we get rid of them? That is the question. That is the major question. A few things I'd like to talk about, because there's only a few comments coming in so far that I can read. The Celtic manager, Brendan Rodgers.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, there's a few people that like you and there's a few people that don't.
Yeah.
That's what I can tell you so far.
Thank you, Darryl.
Mostly they like you. Yeah. So far. Good. I was going to ask you about some of Brendan Rodgers' comments about his recruitment ideas for the summer and what positions he needs to strengthen. Interesting that he said this. It was to fans. You wonder if he knew.
So did he say it or not?
Well, said a question and answer session with supporters saying he wants a midfielder as a priority.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise, because Bowie coming in, £4 million, a lot of money, you know, in Scottish football to spend that sort of money. Is that saying that, you know, I don't fancy you? You think it's going to be Brown, Armstrong, Rogic? I mean, we've forgotten about Rogic. What an influence he was at the start of the season. But, you know, it's important Celtic don't stand still. My worry going into the Champions League campaign next season, you know, they've romped this league this season, and you know they need to hit the ground running, because unlike last season where you know we didn't expect them to qualify, I think this season we expect them to qualify and qualify well.
I think the key bit will be who they keep.
Yeah.
You know, Kieran Tierney has been linked with Manchester United this week. Dembele, they reckon, linked with Spurs. So suddenly you take those two players out, it makes your recruitment even more important. Yeah. Brendan will be desperate to keep them, though.
You wonder, though, who would fit into the midfield. You mentioned Rogic to come back, and Bowie obviously to play at some point, in Armstrong, the way he's playing it as well at the moment, and Scott Brown, unless he's thinking of resting Brown more next year.
On current form, it's Scott Brown, Stuart Armstrong, +1.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Really? You think it would be Rogic, but you know, if you can
think Beaton's days then are all but done?
No.
The biggest game?
They're not all done, but you would suspect that he's going to have to bide his time.
If you want to strive and do well in different competitions, you need to have competition for places. You know, and Brendan will realise, you know, you want to make the step up to the Champions League, you know, you need to get better quality. And it's not a numbers game, it's about quality, not quantity, Darryl.
OK, a question came in there. I'm just trying to find the name again. But basically, it was about the challenge at Easter Road. Yanuga challenge towards the end of the game and the melee that happened afterwards. What did you think of all that chaos?
I think we should talk more about the challenge of Jim Duffy to Neil Lennon. I think that's more important, isn't it?
What?
You know, see when you watch the tackle back, I don't know if you saw the tackle.
That was Chris Buchanan's
It wasn't that bad, the tackle. Of course it was late. I don't think he was trying to break his leg. I think Fontaine ended up with a damaged shoulder as opposed to a damaged leg.
He nearly caught him around his hip. That was okay.
Him around the hip.
That was okay.
It's ridiculous.
What did you make of it all?
Once you enter the field of play, you're going to start aggravating somebody.
You know, Neil Lennon has mellowed this season.
That's what he told you. He's been on the pitch 3 times since he told you that.
No doubt, but you know, Jim Duffy did look to be the aggressor in that situation, and you know, we know that. You know, I played with Neil, and Neil reacted, and you know, it was what it was. Both passionate men, you know, a lot at stake, and all a little bit unsavoury. But I mean, Stephen's used to this sort of behaviour.
Well, yeah, he stands next to you. That's
well, exactly.
So,
sometimes you have to stand up for yourself.
Absolutely. A question coming in there from James McDonald, which I have now lost. Are you looking forward to the Legends game at Parkhead? Jamie McDonald.
James or Jamie?
Jamie. I found it again.
Yeah, well, it's a huge game. I mean, hopefully, from Celtic's point of view, they'll get through to the Cup final. It's a day after. I mean, great players. Lubo and Henrik used to enjoy playing against Stephen.
Yeah.
By the way, they weren't the only two. There was a few more than that. And will you get a game? That's most important. When you start it,
I doubt it. I
come on late in the game.
I may not even get on the bench, Darryl.
Callum Watty's asking again about Niall McGinn. What's your opinion? Are you shocked that he wants to leave Aberdeen?
Well, it depends what his options are, Darryl. You know, if you know somebody gets a better job offer, if you got a better job offer, Darryl, would you leave?
I'd go for 10% more.
He means that.
I'd go just to get away from you.
You're selling yourself short. You're better than that. You're better than that. Anyway, you're not on Instagram and that's now. You know, you don't do all that stuff.
No, why have you been messaging about me again?
No.
Is that what you do?
It's careful just to be. Yeah. You've got to be careful of those things.
Well, you've had your say in McGinn, though, but do you think you'll only know when you find out what club he's going to how good a decision this could be? You wouldn't expect him to go League One in England, would you?
Well,
or would you?
No.
It depends what he's going for. If he's going for football, he's got to look for a championship. If he's going for finances,
he's not going to.
Plays a huge part. There's a lot of League One clubs that play more money.
No, he's not going to go to League One. He is far too good for League One. He had the Euros in the summer, didn't he? Didn't hit the ground running, was tired, but he's come onto a good game this season. He's a big loss for Aberdeen, absolutely massive loss, and it'll be interesting to see how they recruit. You know, will they go like for like? They've got Tansy in Aberdeen, who's a good signing. Better late than never, Darryl.
Carl Young is wondering why we're not talking more about Dundee v Aberdeen. But first of all, you told me not to, and secondly, we already have.
Don't blame me.
Maybe he's just come in late in that. Yeah. Stephen McDowell Lang, when will Partick Thistle secure 6th place? First of all, will they get that done? A few hard fixtures to come.
Well, they have. You know, they've got Inverness, Motherwell still to play as well.
Rangers, they'll win all those, don't they?
Rangers and Celtic. Well, they will. Of course they do. Yeah, so they will. They're going to win all the next 4 games. Yeah, as they always do. I tip them.
They have done remarkably well this season. I mean,
defensively excellent as well recently.
Yeah, Martin Keown's son.
I thought you were going to call him Martin there.
No.
I think actually what's impressed me about them is they've slowly built over the past 4 or 5 years. You know, Alan said that when Thistle came up 4 years ago, they need to stabilise, to attract players, to give players longer term contracts. They've done that. The board have stuck with him even through tough times, and he's rewarded
and kept him there as well when offers have come in as well. Really Malcolm Matheson wondering why there weren't more Aberdeen players in the Scotland squad. We mentioned this last time round as well, but do you agree on reflection it was the right decision or not now?
Oh, it's easy after the event, Darryl, if that's what you're trying to say.
We're talking after the event.
I did say that, you know, Shinnie, it was a bit of a surprise. Shinnie, who has played right back as well this season. Didn't Kieran Tierney do well at right back, Darryl? What a player he is. So, you know, they've played well, Shinnie and McLean, so it was a bit of a surprise.
From them later on Scottish Football.
But do you think of the players in midfield who didn't get a game? Darren Fletcher playing in the Premier League down in England. Barry Bannon didn't get a game midfield. Tom Kearney been linked £20 million. You're talking this week. He couldn't get a game. So that's a difficult area of the team to get into.
Chris Hanna's wondering who would win between Lennon or Duffy?
Duffy all day long.
Well, Lennon's a heavyweight.
Yeah. Okay, you can say that. I think you're his pal.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. He fancies his chances against anybody.
Do you think Celtic will still go unbeaten this season? Ryan Hughes wondering.
Yes.
Do you know what?
Have they been slightly less convincing recent matches?
Yeah, but you know what? When you're so far clear, you do coast, you do switch off at times. So, you know, Celtic are by far and away the best team. We've seen that, but it's hard to keep turning up mentally. And you know, I think that they will get over the line.
I would like them to put aside this go unbeaten, which is great, terrific. I would love to see him put some of the younger players in. You know, I've seen a lot of their under-20s, a lot of boys in the fringes, good players who need some game time to see if they're going to be Celtic players. No, forget individual records. You have to look for the future.
John Watts wondering, do you think Hibs can beat Aberdeen?
Oh, absolutely they can, yeah. I think they showed in the second leg against, the replay against Hearts what they've got. The big occasion arrives, the Hibs fans are there in numbers,
so Hibs will beat Aberdeen.
Hibs can beat them.
There's a lot of can and maybes. Yeah, who do you think will win?
That was the question.
Who do you think the final will be contested?
I think it will be Aberdeen and Celtic.
Okay, let's finish on a
Who do you think,
Aberdeen.
Who do you think, Darryl?
On the semi of the final, who are you asking me?
I asked Darryl first.
I Aberdeen against Celtic.
Who do you think?
Yeah, good.
There you go. Jordan Whiteside, guys, will Aberdeen fall away next season? Final question. If they lose more of their key players, he's asking if they're going to lose a few key players,
Derek's
would they fall away?
statement in the last 24 hours has been that it's not the end of the world if Niall goes. Attracting someone like Greg Tansey still shows Aberdeen an attractive club. Players will still see Aberdeen as an attraction. They win games. They've been in the League Cup final, the semi-final of the Scottish Cup, second in the league. So it's a huge attraction.
Hard to maintain, of course, that standard.
Well, particularly, I think Rangers will strengthen as well.
Yeah. Can you remember the question?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
I think they'll do an answer.
Yeah, I think Rangers are, over the summer, an important summer. Really important what Dave King does. The recruitment massive for Rangers in the summer.
I think.
Well, you said that, Darryl,
well,
didn't you?
Did he say he would hand over the reins?
Yeah, well, they need a bit of stability. Pedro's coming, he said all the right things, lovable at the moment, but we know what Scottish football's about, Darryl. 3 bad results, and they'll want Pedro out!
It's all about Scottish Football Extra, isn't it? And we're on 7 o'clock tonight here at Dens Park. The build-up to the game, 7:30, BT Sport 1 with these two, and Kevin Thompson as well. See you later on.